Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today is more of a decorative project today than actually making something. I'm using the gorgeous acetate boxes that we've got, the card boxes, but I've actually filled mine with chocolate bars. I'm sure I've seen this on a project somewhere and I can't for the life of me find it, so I do apologise, but I'm sure somebody has done something very similar. But yeah, it's got 4 chocolate bars in, sort of average size, and then you do need a thinner one just to try and fit in. And then, as you can see, I've just wrapped some DSP around it and decorated it. I don't know if you can see, but my little octopus has got googly eyes. I literally have a bag full of them that I've picked up from IKEA, not from IKEA, from eBay or craft shops and things. And as you can see, I've got literally sizes from the very tiny ones that I've used here right up to these big ones, and every now and again I just think, oh yes, I've got those, and I just thought, you know, that should be real fun. It is aimed more at a child, obviously, because of the chocolates, etc. And the one that I'm going to make for you today has actually got these in, the swizzle sticks and a giant malum. There is 2 of each in this one because the boxes are quite deep, so there's actually 8 of those in there, but only obviously 4 chocolate bars, but they fit perfectly, so ideal for anything like this really. I've got a lovely bit of, I suppose it's burlap here. I actually picked this up from a florist type shop. There was artificial flowers, and then your I can't remember the name of it. I want to call it Oasis, but I don't think it is the stuff, the green stuff that you put flowers in. And I got a massive roll of this, and I was going to chuck it, and then I thought, no, I'll hang on to it because you never know. And I'm glad I did, because I actually think it just backs this project quite nicely. And I've used one of the boxwood wreaths here, which I seem to have a new fondness for, because I thought they looked a little bit like seaweed. So yeah, so it's a dead easy project, but it was more the decoration that I wanted to show you. So I've got my box of swizzles and refreshers, and I've got my DSP, which is the gorgeous new Tranquil Textures. I do love this suite, and well, I love them all, there's not many that I don't like, and it's simply 6 by 12, so it's half a sheet of 12 by 12. And then, as I do with all of my projects like this, I just simply lay it on and sort of eyeball the creases just on either side, and then I just reinforce them once I've got them back down, and I just make sure the edges are straight. And to be honest, I don't even use my bone folder because they don't need to be that crisp kind of burnish. They just need to be just reinforced slightly. So as I said, just simply fold those creases, make sure your sides are lined up, and then whichever bit is the longer to overlap, we're going to pop some adhesive on. And I mean, you can add adhesive to the front of the box to hold it in place if you want to. I'm not overly bothered with that. I'm quite happy for it to slide on and off, and I'm just trying to line these up. So there's my basic box covered, and then obviously I need to add my bit of hessian or burlap, and again it's just excuse me, I've just cut a bit off, and then I just sort of pulled at one of the threads here and just trimmed that off, just to give that more uneven look. And again up here I just pulled that bit off, and then I just sort of cut randomly into it too. It does make a little bit of a mess, but that's what crafting's all about, isn't it? Is making some mess. It's everywhere now. So I simply used some fuse on the DSP here to just stick that on. And then next up I used my Night of Navy baker's twine, and I just simply got a good length of it, and then find the centre point. Oops, did that and then I pulled it. So that's my centre point, which I want to sit on here, and then I just wound these pieces, start again, I wound that one across and then this one across. I'm confused myself now with which way I'm going. That's it. So I'm going this side. No, that's not right. What's going on here? Let's try again. Right, so putting it on, getting my ends equal, and then I just, as I said, just wrapped. I think it's the length of it more than anything else, because that's too short. Well, I'm going to go with a knot on this one because it's a touch shorter and because I can. Well, I actually thought I'd have a go at making this one more male orientated with the green. So we'll just go with a knot, I think, instead. So I've just wound those randomly around. Obviously this one has a pretty bow because I've just somehow managed to get that one right. So next up we need our netting that goes on the back there. And so I've got some tranquil tide here and some and my framelit, under the sea framelets, which I love. So I'm just going to quickly switch over my platforms because I need my extra bits for this one. So we need a big shot platform, a thin die adapter, and my precision base plate, which is, you don't need to use it on this, but I think if you want some crisp clean cuts then you need to. If you're going to adhere this to a card and you're not using many layers, like on mine it's quite layered, if you were just going to adhere this onto a card as is, then I would definitely recommend using the multi-purpose adhesive sheets. They are fantastic. I have been using them no end just lately. I can't even remember now on which cards I use them on, but they are fantastic and they do work really well. So that's that popped through. Let me just get rid of that. And then I just need to bring in, because it's a lot quicker, my die brush. So I'm just going to take the edge off, and then you just simply run your brush over it, and then hey presto, nothing stuck in the die, and just a couple, that one seems to catch all the time, and just a couple that need pulling out, and then I can just tap that on my bin and get rid of all those bits, and it's done, instead of using your piercing tool and you're sitting there going through each one, because that drives me crackers. Okay, so like I said, I have my netting which I am going to stick down, and I'm actually going to put him this way up because I want him at the top. So before I do any more, I want to finish off getting all my bits ready. So I've got my netting. I have pre-cut, just to save you waiting, my corals, or whatever they're called, I'm sure somebody will know. And I did these in fresh fig and soft seafoam because they go with the beautiful colours here. And then we need the everyday label punch, which actually I'm going to stamp on here with my Night of Navy. So just inking up that same sentiment Have a Wonderful Adventure, because I love that. And while I've got the navy here, I'm also going to ink up my octopus and get him cut out. So there's my octopus. He does have this sort of mottled blotchy effect. It is part of it. So, oh, and I just realised that I put my little googly eyes ready, and I've just chucked one on the floor. There's one, but I don't know where the other one went. I'm hoping that it might just appear somewhere. If not, I can get one out of my bag. I did put them already, but never mind. So, one googly eye. That will teach me, won't it, for being organised. Oh, I found him on the floor. Oh, there we go. Found him. Probably would have been better off using those huge ones. Right, so Have a Wonderful Adventure, which I think is perfect for maybe if you've got some children or grandchildren going on a holiday and you want to give them a little gift to take with them. This would be ideal. So I'm just going to very quickly move those out of the way again, because I want to die cut my octopus. So I'm just going to move those out of the way. Back in with the big shot, and this time I'm just using my magnetic platform, my sandwiches, and then just popping the octopus on. Now you can't see all of the bits because some of the here like cross over the leg and things, so you just really need to make sure that his head and this tentacle at the top, and then obviously these ones at the bottom are lined up, and then he will cut out as he should. So just take those out of the way, get him off there and put that out of the way again. So there's my octopus. Isn't he cute? So all I need now is my boxwood wreath embellishment here, and they all come like this in a lovely wrapped circle, so that you actually can't get to them without pulling leaves off, which is what I'm doing here. Right, there we go. Found him. Found the ends. Okay, so just untwist it slightly, and then I sort of curled it into a, I suppose, like an S shape. So that will be okay. And then for layering him up, I placed some discreet glue dots, and the way I did this was by sort of putting him on and eyeballing where everything's going to sit. So I know full well that I'm going to have an octopus here, so I can certainly place a couple down here. And again, it is just a case of sort of eyeballing where they will be hidden. And if not, you can always add an extra coral or an extra bit of something just to hide the glue dot. So I'm just going to stick those on there. And likewise, the glue dots stick this down as well. So I'm just going to use 4, and I'm just simply going to start at the top and then work my way down. And that actually went on top of the other glue dot that was underneath, so that actually was quite well placed. You might need to give these a little bend because obviously they are wire, so they will decide to go wherever they want. Oh heavens, that all got stuck to me, so we'll just stick it there. So that's him. I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen to pop my eyes on my octopus, because these need to dry, and I just literally put a tiny little bit on each eye on the octopus, and just put my lid back on my glue so it doesn't dry out, and then just simply popped my eyes in place. There we go, and then I'll just give them a little nudge because I don't want them outside of his head. Right, so he can sit there and dry for a few moments. My coral again is adhered with glue dots, so I used the soft sea foam on the top, and then I just sort of layered them, whoops, as I wanted them. Come on, don't play this game. And then again I just added a glue dot to the back and tucked him just under my leaf there, again so that the glue dot isn't seen. And likewise with these, purple one here, this one's just going on the edge here. In fact, it can go underneath the burlap there. And then again with these ones, just the same, a glue dot to layer them up. And this again is one of the dies out of the Under the Sea framelets. It's just this one here, and this one just tucks in underneath here. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of my octopus very carefully because those eyes won't have dried just yet. I just literally just want 3 just there on his body. Oh, they have stayed wonderful. So let's just pop him in his place. Oh, my tummy's gurgling, I do apologise. I've just had my lunch, so shouldn't be hungry. And then I just sort of stuck him in just there, which I quite like. And then my sentiment, as I've stamped there, I'm just going to grab my trimmer and I just want to take this top piece off here. Oops. So that's that piece gone. And then likewise on that one, just so that I have that little image there. And then to back the sentiment, I'm going to go with blue again, just because I think it's nicer. And I literally just punched the whole one out and then just pop some adhesive on the back, and then I just lined up the circles there and stuck that down. And then this just had a couple of dimensionals on the back. I feel like I've missed something, but I don't think I have. And then this just sits wherever you want it, really. Just under there, I think, this time. Just there. And I added some pearls to this one because I thought, well, you get pearls in the sea. And so I'm just going to add some to this one. And these are the medium-sized pearls that I'm using here. Just pop them on. And I don't think a boy would be too bothered with pearls, especially if you just explained, oops, that they're found in the sea. They might understand it. And there it is, a real cute little wrap gift for a child or grandchild or somebody going away on a holiday, and you're sending them off with a little pack of goodies for the travel and maybe for the week while they're, or fortnight while they're away. But again, just showcasing a lovely suite and how versatile it can be. Hope you enjoyed my project. Don't forget all the products I've used are going to be available from the 1st of June, and there is a link to my blog just below. Likewise, there is also a link to the online store for you to purchase the products. I hope to see you all again soon.